Alright, so let's dust off the old book here. So, Lobotomy Corporation. I almost forgot about that. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Lobotomy Corporation video. I'm sorry that it has taken so long for this long-awaited LobCorp number 11 to come out, but here it is. It is finally here. There will be Gebro suppression, there will be White Knight. So I guess let's just straight into it. So, the plan for right now is just going to be to complete the next Gebro mission, which is suppress 3 different Aleph abnormalities. This one's going to be hard, but I did see that you can solo nothing there with his armor and like a censored ego weapon. I think the hardest part, honestly, is probably just going to be breaching each one, but actually killing them hopefully shouldn't be that bad. I haven't played LobCorp in a really long time though, so I'm really rusty. I don't even remember what I last selected. Okay, I got like a freaking bag of snot, or like a booger or something. Don't really know what's happening here, but there is a new team. I forgot that I did unlock that. So that is pretty cool. Okay, so here's the tech that I have in mind right now. I am gonna just go ahead and like try to knock out the mission and kill all of the abnormalities right away. So that way I can then just beat it and then just worry about doing the day normally and not like fail at the very end of the day. That would suck. It would be awful. Alright, so first up is Melting Love. Let's see how well this goes. Alright, Melting Love has breach. Let's see how well this goes. Alright, not so bad. We're not so bad. Oh, look at that damage. Okay, we've got some, she's turning people into slimes, but it's okay. Guys, I think we're gonna be okay to kill her in a second here. There we go. Alright. Nice and simple, though. I gotta say, that was surprisingly easy. Melting Love, really easy suppression for an Aleph. Not as bad as I expected it to be. So there's the first Aleph suppressed. But again, it is individual, so I need to now suppress 2 more different types of Aleph abnormalities. I think I'm probably going to do nothing there uncensored. I don't know how well that's going to go, but I guess we're just going to wait and see. Okay. I've received a voicemail? What? Oh, crap. I keep forgetting about that, bro! I'm actually going insane right now, bro. I already hate this game, and I've only played for 30 minutes. Okay, it just insta-panicked like all of my guys. I thought I found the tech because Melendez was just getting infinite damage on him, but we now know that is not the case. Okay, frick me, I guess. That insta-goes. Okay, so this one's pretty simple. He's gonna do like no damage to him. Looking for that shield. That's a goodbye. Oh, sneaky kite, sneaky kite. Okay, so goodbye is very short range, is what I've learned. See, is it just me or is he healing? I swear to God he's healing. I might be cuckoo though. He might have healed off of the clerk he killed, so I don't know if that's how that works. Bro, I would much rather just goon to Hod than do this. This is literally hell. It's not that bad though. This is doable. It's just gonna take a long time. Issue is, I don't know if I have the resources to stall the battle out this long. I'm running out of bullets. She's healing just about as much damage as he does, so I think I'm okay to not shield for right now, but some of his stronger attacks are very annoying. Like that. This must be some really interesting gameplay for you guys. It's probably gonna goodbye, I feel like. No. Oh, he's dumb. Wait, he's really dumb. He's not goodbye. Wait, I win. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I did it. I did it. Holy goon, bro. Oh my god. Well, now I need to keep going. I need to beat the day. Alright, well, it's time for censored. So, Rabbit Team, and then I'll do Melting Love last because it's the easiest, and then from there I'll do the day as normal, but I'm gonna go ahead and breach censored, and then I'll just immediately send Rabbit Team to hopefully knock him out pretty easily. If that doesn't work, I'm a little bit screwed, but I trust Rabbit Team enough to hopefully knock him out. Authorized call. Alright, Rabbits. Go ahead and kill Reinhardt, whatever you want to do. They're doing a good amount of damage, I'll say that. It is very loud, but I think this will work. Let's speed it up. Okay, some of the rabbits are about to die. Hold up, I really have to turn this down. Oh, yes, that is delicious. Alright, rabbits. There's no more hostile entities, you can go home. The mission is complete. Nice job, rabbits. Nice freaking job, rabbits. Congratulations. Nice job. Carrying my run here. Because there was no other way I would have been able to beat censored. So everybody come back to your original camps, or whatever you want to call it. I know the clerk bonuses are now completely screwed up because of nothing there and the Rabbit Team. But whatever. I just have to suppress Melting Love once, which is really easy. For an Aleph at least, I guess. And then I can do the day as normal. And we're gonna be a-okay. Alright, boys and girls. We have done it! Proving our strength! Disciplinary team has been cleared. That is honestly not even one of the most annoying missions I've done, but it is a pain in the butthole. I mean, nothing there, oh my god. I'm so lucky I went on Reddit to find the solution, because, yeah, that was long and annoying, but at least nobody died that didn't need to. So, we are set now. I just have to play the rest of the day normally, and as long as I just don't die, I'm fine. I'm just gonna try to farm as much PE boxes as possible to end the day as quickly as possible, so that hopefully I just have to fight the dawn and maybe the noon. Not the dusk. I don't even want to fight the dusk. Okay, I'm done right now, though. Alright, well, the new abnormality is called the Dimensional Refraction Variant. Don't mind the punishing bird sounds in the background. He escapes like every other second at this point. It's like a normal Tuesday. From what I've seen from the management tips, it's a pretty normal abnormality, but it is a wall. So I'm hoping that it can give me, it doesn't have an ego suit, but maybe it has a good ego weapon. Wah ego weapon that it can give me, because I need, whoa, I cannot speak today. That it can give me, because I need more Wah ego. I am officially done with the day. Thank the Lord. I have done Gebera's second to last mission. Record team, the Virtue of Creation cleared, but most importantly, disciplinary team, proving our strength has been cleared. So, I did lose 2 employees, not great, but I did get 18 lob, and again, 1 lob now is a decently beefy employee. So, it's not a huge deal. Anyways, new abno pick. It can enter your body through any aperture. The day a ripe apple fell off the tree in the garden where the princess and the king stood, the witch's heart shattered. With my infinite hatred, I give you this gift. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go FO442. Don't know which one this is, but whatever. It's been quite a while since your first encounter with the abnormalities. I should suppose that you've become a bit more familiar with them. Let me ask you this question again. What do you think abnormalities are? Oh, please. You can't still believe that abnormalities are just bizarre alien creatures that appeared all of a sudden, and that we need to isolate them, do you? Abnormalities are not the evil monsters that you read about in old fairy tales. They are not some supernatural gods that descended upon us to judge our sins, either. There is an old river that has been flowing at the very bottom of the world for many an age. It is the source of everything, but has been forgotten by mankind. Nobody knew of its existence. Big Bird! But somewhere in the world there are very small gaps or holes. It is through those which the river gently finds itself a stream. For instance, strange beings would sometimes crawl out of such a gap somewhere in the Black Forest, located in the outskirts. Obviously, the amount of it was simply too insufficient for Lobotomy Corporation's energy needs. Our singularity is not that we produce energy from the abnormalities. Rather, it is the ability to create abnormalities themselves. Create abnormalities. What? Their forms were incomplete because they came from a forgotten place. We were scared of them because they were incomplete. It is because of that terror that they have been sealed underground. However, abnormalities are part of the seed. That's what I meant by possibility. The seed is not something that can be made in just a day, or be created on its own. I'll show you my seed, Angela, wink wink. We realized that if we wanted to fix a broken system, we couldn't just sit around in a sunny spot, waiting for the clouds to part. What should we do after planting the seeds, you ask? We can't control the entire process, but we have to leave them to sprout on their own. Aren't we allowed that much hope at least? Ooh, rabbits, team. Listen, I know Lobotomy Corporation is an important client and all, but don't you guys renew the contract too often? This place is so grimy. It's like a dungeon. I always get a bad vibe. Please hold for a moment, Rabbit Captain. We need to explain what we're doing here to the manager. Oh, he still doesn't know who I am? Go on and explain it quickly then. This must be the first time you'll participate in a meeting with an outside party manager. As was mentioned a few times prior, our company has initiated contracts with some of the other wings for sustainable development and business opportunities. It is also my job to renew those contracts with our associate wings when the moment arises. All that is needed from you is to be our token manager and present yourself in that role. I shall handle the rest of the formalities and procedures. Associate wing. What's with that boring introduction? You may feel free to provide more detailed information at a later time in private, Mio. For now, let us start the meeting. Speaking of, would you be so kind as to remove your helmet? At least for the duration of the meeting? You're kidding! The helmet is the whole identity of the rabbits! Well, fine, it's whatever. Buzz! Zinga! Mio! Hey, didn't know there would be more baddies here. I just gotta brief the content of the contract from my end, right? I mean, I'm sick of reading this over and over. You just look at the contract for the whole damn thing. Do I really have to say it one more time? As I informed you prior, it's part of the formal procedure. I myself have to specify whether or not you agree to the terms again. Still as strict as ever, aren't you? Allow me to explain our services first. Company R will provide military support and protection from all external threats to Company L. Every branch of Lobotomy Corporation will be included under the term Company L. However, there will be certain exceptions where a branch may not be considered under the designation. Well, I say exceptions, but we're willing to let it slide unless it involves the head or the eye. Company L will provide the energy Company R needs to maintain its operation. This renewal process also includes a prerequisite that invokes a mutual and continual agreement between Company W and Company L. Company L will provide all specialized ammunition utilized for the killing of abnormalities. All Rabbit team members will have their memories erased after the completion of their missions. There will be no questions or concerns raised about the peculiarity of the facilities or purposes of this location. Finally, I, as the captain of the Rabbit team, will deploy my team following Company R's guidelines and assume the role of command for operations taking place in this facility. That should be everything. Look through the written contract for the finer details. Yeah, I already know this. I literally just used the Rabbit team to kill the abnormalities. Do they really expect you to not use the Rabbit team to kill 3 A-Lift abnormalities? That's insane. There's been no change in the agreement with Company W. Along with that, the renewal period will be 1 year, just as before. Yeah, sure, it's 1 year for you, but okay then. On a side note, can you please do something about the teleporter to make the process a bit smoother? Feels like my body's being taken apart piece by piece and thrown out a window. I'm afraid you will need to ask Company W about that. It's out of our control. Gebera, why do you have such an expression? Why are little bunnies being let out of their cages and dispatched here of all places? You must really not know a thing if you're looking down on the rabbits. It's already been concluded that the rabbits are the most fit for the honorable task of slaughtering in this place. The rhinos would most certainly smash this entire place beyond recognition, and the reindeer, with the exception of the machines that work here, cause irreversible damage to Minister Manager over there. Yeah, I do know that the rabbits also have a pretty important role in Library of Ruina. I'm pretty sure you get to see the reindeer and the rhinos. Honestly, I know I shouldn't spoil too much of Library of Ruina for myself, but I mean, I'm probably going to be starting a Ruina series within the next 3 months, most likely. Look forward to that, by the way. Miss Angela made it explicitly clear not to hurt or affect the manager. We always pay special attention to our clients' requests. I'm not talking about your damn rhinos or deer. I'm saying that we can handle our own problems. What's that? What can you do with that flimsy tin body of yours, huh? You seem much weaker than us now, can't you see that? If you were like how you were once back in the day, then maybe it'd be a different story. But look at you now. As soon as you set foot in the back streets, you'll be torn limb from limb by those sweepers. The old days when you shredded everything before you into a red mist is now lost to the past. Oh my god, she said red mist. She said red mist. Things have changed. You should realize that. If I wanted to, I could tear up a tiny rabbit like you in seconds. Please, everyone, we need to focus on the topic at hand. Gebera, our agreement with the Rabbit team is to help us be prepared for the worst case scenario that would be beyond our own abilities. I'm certain that you have learned from this with your experiences with previous suppressions. The combat skills of the mercenaries sent to us by Company R are on par with those of the other wings. We can handle our problems on our own perfectly fine. I can prove it right here, right now if you want. I've compiled the statistics. The amount of data is too vast for any person to calculate, with my exception, of course. The reason I continue to contract the rabbits is that the risk of involving outsiders pales to the potential of our worst-case scenarios. They're worth every penny. However, the rabbits will not intervene with general suppression. Please calm down and analyze the situation reasonably, Gebera. That should be all for renewing our contract. Gebera is the one in charge of the basic suppression process, so if you need any advice or help regarding combat, just ask her. I'm afraid I don't have a single itty-bitty question for you. We rabbits have our own way of handling things. Nor do I have anything left to say to you filthy animals. You've done your business, but how about you bunny hop away now? Sheesh, you're being so harsh to a fellow native of the backstreets. You wouldn't happen to be mad at me because I made fun of you earlier, are you? Don't act like you know me. I'm not in the mood for your stupid games, so just shut up. I get it now. Peak rage baiting, bro. You're mad because you feel we interrupt your fight, aren't you? Yeah, I don't need any help from the likes of you. Well, it's not like we're here for a greater cause or some ulterior motive. We just drop by quickly when we're called, and vanish without a trace, just the same when it's time. I thought you were just like me, finding joy in the slaughter. But as it turns out, you're just crazy. A complete wacko. We are the rabbits who hop around following orders to find fresh patches of grass, but you're different. You used to know who you were supposed to fight. Who your enemy was. You wouldn't believe how shocked I was to find you. I never expected to see the fabled hero like, well, this. And in a drab basement, too. The hero I remember was someone who wasn't afraid of shedding blood to protect others with all her might. Please don't taint the fond memories I have of you. All the abnormalities have broken out. Everyone here is done for. Dead? All of them? Probably, there won't be any survivors left. So Callie's the original Gebera, I think? Abnormalities aren't something we can handle on our own. You're in danger too, ma'am. You best escape now. Gebera, I'm going to take part in an experiment pretty soon. Oh, Christopher. We'll probably see each other again, but just in case, I want to say one thing. Please take good care of Isabel and my little Gilly while I'm gone. Are abnormalities able to feel human emotion when confronted with a person of close relation? What choice would they make when faced with such a situation? The experiments seem to have yielded the expected results. Excuse me, Lady Angela, what should I do with these? There's a blanket and a few feeding bottles left. I've gotten all the results I need from this experiment. The owners are no more, so you can simply discard them. Hey, did you just shut down or what? I really should be going. Well, I don't think next we meet will be on such calm waters. The rabbits will leave now. I feel kind of bad for Gebera. I'm definitely not the hero. Never have been and never will be. Alright, so the last Gebera mission is complete a midnight ordeal. We're getting some good lore drops here. I have finished casting the rolls for the upper and middle layer Sephiroth. It's likely that this will not be the last time I do so. I may have to tell them again what I have already instructed countless times. However, you two will be different. You clearly understand why this facility exists, and what your missions are. I expect that you will not exhaust me as the ones above do. Oh, she's talking to Hakma and Bina. Just keep this in mind. I will not come down here to the lower layer unless the circumstances require me so. That does not mean I will simply watch and do nothing, but I will not interfere for the most part. I hope we never have to face each other from now on. It would only lead to the both of us suffering. Angela was the best artificial intelligence I've ever known. And you were the best architect I was graced to meet. Back then, you simply could not let Carmen go. You were so desperate to keep Carmen on your side that you locked her in a cryostasis pod in an attempt to preserve her body at the very least. But during all this, you were perfectly aware that Carmen's body had become nothing but a shell. Nothing there. Our faces were full of grief, yet we still ransacked her body and dismembered her core. In fact, I was rather relieved when you began to create Angela. You were wholeheartedly immersed in something, just like you used to be. That day, when she opened her eyes for the first time, I remember you were just staring through the laboratory's glass, not setting a single foot inside. You might have thought that you noticed me right away. However, I witnessed you standing there for a long time before you realized I was there. What inner conflict made you hesitate so? I told you in so many words that no matter how many AI such as Angela you create, none of them will ever be Carmen. So Angela was supposed to be Carmen. Now poor Angela is merely assigned to direct us from a distance as we go through the motions of the play. If there is one thing I might have mistaken myself over, it is that I had thought you overcame everything. The truth is that you never have. Alright, clear the day with 10 or more employees whose justice is 100 or higher. Big justice. Oh my god, there's still more. You've returned. So, did you have fun with your little journey while I was locked up here? Don't worry, I'm not mad with you. Oh, Sorrow, you see, finally I have come to respect you. For I know you will never depart. It's difficult to perceive the flow of time here. Therefore, this eternity has saved me. Have you seen the turbid streams of the enormous river that cross the whole city? If you arrive downstream after the raging rapids in a serpentine current, you will see a meadow that is enormously broad, but is also tranquil. That land is also bathed with all kinds of mud, sand, trash, and the residuals that have come from the upstream. What isn't caught by the upstream or midstream finally ends up here, downstream. To bear all the residues that pile up, one would need a strong back that doesn't break easily. I have faced many wells here. I have to draw water every single day, but it seems the water level never lowers. What is a well? The well is so deep that it would be a hollow affair to reckon its depth, and it is the fount and relic of all humanity that has existed from the ancient times. The water from the well had never flown outside, ever. There had only been the small ripples that permeated from the leaves that fall for the winds. Maybe it was an act of generosity towards those that are thirsty, so that they may sate themselves. It was you who made the bucket, but you left the duty of drawing water with the bucket to another. Don't ask for my name. Bina isn't the name of a person. It's a sad name of the place where one finds many graves. I'm the one who draws the water. I don't understand what any of that meant. Why have you come here, and what do you wish for me to draw? Extract 5 or more ego of grade HE or higher. Does it count that I already have 5 or more extracted that are HE or higher? Or like, how does that work? Anyways, that was the longest dialogue I've ever seen. Holy guacamole. Because I had the New Day dialogue, I had Gebra's dialogue. But anyways, Clefoth Intervention Field. Mobility Reduction Bullets. Managerial bullet that reduces the mobility of abnormalities. I will take that. That was pretty good. And then I also get a Hawkma one. Right, because I cleared 2 missions at once. Limit Break, the Virtue of Creation. The limit on Temperance is increased to 120. Booyah, that's pretty good. I think I have one more Hawkma mission. I still have all of the Bina missions left, but I think I just have one more Hawkma mission, and then the one more Gebra mission, and then I think that's it. I guess now we just have to complete the Midnight Ordeal, and then we can suppress Gebra. So the new Abno already looking good. We just keep getting shoddy after shoddy. Now I'm not saying I'd smash an apple, but let's just say after this there will be some applesauce. Looks like some shenanigans happened, and the Apple Woman is already breached. I got a normal work result, a single normal work result, and she breached. The Scarecrow also breached as well, because I can't really do him. Melendez is already taking care of that, though. He does so little damage. She's going to be able to solo. And here we go. Here's our gang squad. Here's what we need. And there we go. Apple Woman has teleported. Where did she go? Alright, well she's been suppressed. I almost said depressed. That was pretty light, honestly. It's like one of the lightest walls in the game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I have essentially completed the Midnight. All that is left are some scattered texts, which I am currently knocking out. I believe this is everything that is left. I could be wrong, but I cannot find any other ordeals or abnormalities or whatever the frick you want to call them. As you may notice, I did lose a lot of energy. You know, oh my god, you're on, you know, level 9, Clefoth level 9, and you only have 1000 energy. So Silent Orchestra breached earlier, and I used the rabbits, so we didn't really talk about that. The rabbits stole all of my PE boxes, but Silent Orchestra was suppressed, so it's no big deal. Yep, there we go, Midnight of Amber. The eternal meal. Oh my god. I may not sound like it, but I am actually so freaking happy, because I do not want to play this game anymore. On the bad side of things, I did lose a lot of men. Hannah I lost earlier. I forget to what. Amelia and Destiny I lost to some bees. Apparently Queen Bee got pissed and turned people into bees, and I didn't realize it. They couldn't handle it. And then Justin died to the midnight because he was being stupid and following me when I did not tell him to. And speaking of Silent Orchestra, I also got his weapon, so I now have the capo weapon. 12 lob, no big deal. The most important thing is disciplinary team. Mission is cleared. Thank God. I do not want to do this anymore. I hate Gebra so much. She may be a baddie, but I hate her. Alright, so we got 3 choices. Obviously, yes, I see Mountain of Smiling Bodies, but also its memories began with a warm hug. However, if enough Sarira are found from you, that everyone look on and all your name will be sung for generations. Now, everyone's gonna tell me, probably, pick Mountain of Smiling Bodies. I'm not gonna listen to you. I do not like Mountain of Smiling Bodies. He's stupid and weird. So, yeah, alright, I'll just do this one. Hugs sound cool and peaceful, so. This place, where there was once only silence. Perhaps because it was only you and I here. It has gotten a bit livelier thanks to the Sephiroth. Unlike me, they were weak and lacked rationality. They made so many mistakes that greatly annoyed me. I did not approve of you placing the Sephiroth here. However, you told me that your atonement and the awakening of the Sephiroth were key to the untying of this knot I lie in. I didn't know what you were talking about. You also told me I wouldn't understand. You even blocked me from interfering with that relationship, saying that it must be left as solely your role. You were right. Right as always. Even if I stay here repeating this endlessly, I suppose I still won't be worthy of understanding it till the end. To quote one of your favorite lines, a machine must behave as a machine, so I had to play the role of the observer, the only role you bothered to give me, enduring all the pain that others forgot. I don't think I'll have to point that out again. Alright, weird. I don't care. Oh, hey, what's up, Chesed? Right, I forgot I also unlock Chesed suppression now because I beat Gebra. It's quiet, isn't it? Take a good long look at the silence. Manager, have you ever gotten up early to walk the streets at the crack of dawn? I think this moment right now is equivalent to that dawn in the outside world. The abnormalities are currently in torpor due to the heightening of Qliphot's deterrence during off hours. Meanwhile, the employees are still steeling themselves for when fate decides whatever will happen to them. When the level of deterrence is weakened, the powers of the suppressed origins will soon awake them. It's always so hard to believe that a place as quiet as this will just as soon be engulfed by pandemonium. Oh, how nice it would be to keep this tranquility. How many times do we have to fail? How much more must we be accustomed to the darkness, to finally encounter the light? Good morning, Chesed, sir. Ah, yes, good morning, buddy. Good luck with your duties as always. Mr. Chesed, sir. I've been thinking, and I feel that I truly am lucky to be assigned to the welfare team. Just getting into Lobotomy Corporation was really competitive, but being assigned to this team, it's like a miracle. You know, brown-nosing won't gain you anything. Just think of it as flattery, sir. There really is no one who cares more about their employees like you do, Chesed, sir. I mean, just look at the department on the other side of our lair. No, that's not necessarily true. I just want to say I appreciate you and the many things you do, sir. Sorry for keeping you so long. I'll be going now, Chesed, sir. Aye, aye. Go get yourself ready for the day. For many days, I consoled myself by saying that I wasn't doing that bad for a Sephiroth. I never put my employees on the verge of death like a certain red-clad miss someone did, and I managed to be flexible with various situations most of the time. Getting mad at someone for breaking a rule or two, or agreeing with someone who claimed to make this place better. When I take a step back and look at it all, I just can't help but think, what's the point of it all? Okay, so Chesed isn't like having a mental breakdown because people hate him, or he feels like people hate him, like Hod or Gebra. He's having a mental breakdown because he's just having an existential crisis. Of course, I hope to send them off in peace as they were just meant to die anyways. Meanwhile, I was hiding the biggest lie of all inside, yet I've been playing the role of the good leader, knowing that it was all a falsehood. Lady Angela knew this too. She knew that I would never be the great man who would expose every little secret of this place to the employees, and try to overthrow the system and plot. Working as the head of the welfare department, I actually never cared about the welfare of our employees at all. I was so afraid. Angela stopped any seedling of doubt or inquiry about the nature of this place by killing off employees indirectly. Then I eventually decided to cover my eyes and ears, and help Lady Angela with her affairs about questioning them. Hey Chesed, we have an emergency. You're the status report, right? The abnormalities have gone out of control. I don't know what happened, but we need to retake control of the situation right now. I thought you didn't want to speak with me. What's gotten into you, Gebra? You're able to control the deterrence, aren't you? We need to increase the level of Qliphoth deterrence right now. Angela will call the rabbits if the rest of the abnormalities aren't suppressed. I want to wrap up things on my side of the facility. But Gebra, no one is allowed to touch the controller of Qliphoth deterrence without Lady Angela's explicit approval. You know that. So you don't want to do it. You little coward. Do you really think you can just get over every situation by going through the motions? I hope you continue to rot until the day you die, succumbing to your fears like the servile bastard you are. It's been quite a while since I've been grabbed by the collar. Chesed, you knew I was coming, didn't you? Seems you knew me all too well. Perhaps you're the one who understands me most among our Sephiroth. Weaken the Qliphoth deterrence, Chesed. What do you have up your sleeve this time, ma'am? Do you want to ask for reasons again? After all this time? Gebra and the other employees are fighting right now. You know that, right? Indeed, Gebra is... Sorry, this is quite humorous to me. I didn't know you would talk about Gebra. You should know. You've seen her for yourself. Gebra has failed to control her enemy. Enmity, holy crap, and has now lost her way. What I'm saying is, she's not fighting for some grand ideology. Everyone has their own battle in this place. But I can't seem to shake off this feeling that I'm the only one who just observes the situation from afar, not taking any action. I thought you enjoyed those kinds of things, Chesed. Taking in a cup of coffee, enjoying the peaceful day, listening to your classical music. I would think that I am providing the right environment for you, no? It seems our conversation has run on longer than I expected. Let me tell you one last time. Lower the deterrence. Oh, hey, it's old Chesed. Alright, everyone, let's make the best of today, as always. Open the door. Who are you, ma'am? Your taste in music is rather classy. Quite different from mine, however. What the... Oh, it's Carmen? Oh, it's Bina. I apologize. I didn't think you would open the door for me, so I simply walked in. How did you get inside? Do I know you? I've arrived from the head. I was so desperately looking for you all. The reason why I came all the way here is... Well, let's just say I've showed up to play my favorite music. Excuse me, you there. Can you tell me the name of this fine gentleman? Daniel. His name is Daniel. Daniel, is it? That name carries much more with it than you merit. I would assume that you are the one in charge of this place. Open that section where those monsters of yours are locked up. As you saw just a moment ago, it's nothing for me to open a locked door with my own power. I urge you not to resist. Just listen to me. If you do so, a few of these people might be able to escape with their lives, no? It's easy to point the finger of blame at the betrayer. However, one never really knows what it feels like to be the target of such a thing until they've been in the shoes of that situation. So, Chesed let a lot of abnormalities out and killed people? I don't understand. Back then, a chill had come over my entire body. It was a fear I had never felt before. I'd faced numerous experiment-intended abnormalities, yet I never had experienced my body being paralyzed and my blood curdling in such a way before. So this is the head. Boss, enough with your orders. Don't try and make me justify my cowardly acts. I'm ashamed for consoling myself, saying that there was nothing to be done after passing straight through the tunnel of defeat. I'm so struck with shame and grief, I can't bear it anymore. This body of mine is like a punishment for me, reminding me of the past. I can't even bleed from this body. I don't want to undertake dirty work for Angela's show, or be a puppet who gets praise and applause from everyone. Nor do I want to be your aide who can't do a single thing. All of this has been a series of shame for me. Manager, this shall be my rebellion against you and Angela. I'm the only one who survived. Saying there was nothing I could do, that I was too scared to bear it by myself, that I wanted to save at least a few of my co-workers. I think I'm going to die soon too. The head is on its way to get you. I'll see you again in hell. Hey, sir. How is fear able to dominate the human mind? How many people would stick to their beliefs and morals if they were to come face to face with a true nightmare? The answer to these questions are why no one can blame Daniel's behavior. Truth be told, everything fell down the edge of the cliff the exact moment the head found us. Hang up the intercom. Our last conversation came to an end with a hopeless silence. Daniel. He was intelligent, held a high social position, and showed more finesse than anyone else in our research lab. He had an excellent reputation from the people who surrounded him. He had his sly yet charming smile and humor. It would have been easy for him to get into any of the wings with his skills and personality, but he chose us, not the wings. Though amazing he once was, there is no doubt he died in despair and regret, cursing his choice. Seeing the dead bodies of his co-workers strewn about in front of him, not even having the single comfort of knowing that it wasn't his fault, unable to find any peace for his final rest. Manifestation of Qliphoth suffer a breakdown. Alright, Chesed suppression is now doable. Those monsters were supposed to be slumbering away, but now they woke up all of a sudden. There's no need to focus on what caused this. All that matters is that we solve the problem at hand. Let me add a few words before we jump into battle today. I don't need cowards in my department. You should not let complacency waver your mind when you confront the monsters. You must arm yourselves with anger and pure anger alone to crush those monstrous bastards. If you object to any of this, I suggest you transfer departments immediately. I won't squeeze out a tear or mourn over you perishing without even your name being left behind. If you want your body and mind to stay comfortable, I'll kindly drag your ass over to the pathetic welfare team so you can chicken scratch your dishonorable name on the waiting list for department transfers. There's good reason why my department has far fewer employees than any other. However, I want you to keep in mind that this also means only the best have gathered here. Meeting over. We'll talk more when the situation has been sorted out. Miss Gebra, I think your mainframe has sustained too much damage. Maybe we should suspend the suppression operation for now? Tiferet is investigating the cause of this situation right now, so we should be able to figure it out pretty soon. I don't need a break. I can still fight. But in your condition... Shut up! I said I can still fight. 31 ego damaged. 17 employees dead and counting. And your body needs 5 or 6 parts replaced and prepared. More like 6 or 7. Do you guys understand that joke? It's not thrilling to look after a machine who behaves like a child in a temper tantrum. However, the Sephiroth of the middle layer apparently could not keep you on a leash, so here I am. You. Oh, poor little thing. Look at yourself. There was a time when I had a pinch of admiration for that fire in your eyes, but now even that is smothered with ire and madness. It is such a shame that the both of us are locked up in this dungeon. However, I did not bend over or break my back at the very least. I imagine we will no longer have to face off with our lives at stake and be at each other's throats like the past, but I will say this for you, pitiful thing. Stare directly into the object of your anger. The edge of a blade that has lost its way will be unfathomably blunt, for there will be nothing but the void to slash, no matter how much the blade is sharpened. Cutting slashing, throttling, trampling, destroying. Sometimes I remember the faces of those who showed me true kindness. If I could just get the smallest taste of revenge upon those monsters who stole their smiles, their happiness, their future, my sword and spear would never stop their flurry. I see people dying in my blurred vision. They're always torn apart by monsters. Those dying faces differ from time to time. Sometimes they're strangers, sometimes ones I dearly miss, and sometimes I see Christopher or Miss Isabel. Whoever they were, I'm filled with agony for them. Looking at my paralyzed leg and my severed arm, I scream and curse my weak body in a fit of rage. Then I black out. I'm so sick of this darkness. It is impossible to fight with such low manpower. I cannot approve your proposal. Please reconsider. Why should I approve an operation that will so clearly end in failure? If manpower is the issue, I can make up for it. If they're too weak, I'll make up for that too. There's nothing in the rules against a Sephiroth utilizing ego too. If you so wish, then I won't stop you. A familiar grip, the right weight, and practiced form. This feeling is so distinct that it pulls me right back onto the right path, away from straying to wander, just like a road sign. I completely lose track of time when I yield my weapons. It was kinda funny to see Tiferet and Chesed with bewildered faces when they witnessed me return from battle covered in blood. No matter how hard I stab and break those monsters, they will recover sooner or later. Some of them wail and others scream. In battle, I also fracture and break some of my components, but those are soon replaced and repaired. Missing your arm? Here it is. Think of it as a respectful gesture to a fellow warrior. To leave with one of your arms intact. I doubt she expected this. The tragedy she would bring here, caused by the oh-so-great ideology of hers. I don't know if it will ease your pain, but this happens quite often. More often than you may think. This is no less common than, say, a little seedling getting trampled to death. I must admit that you're quite the tough sprout, however. You even managed to thwart my plans a little. I never expected you to kill 2 claws, stop all the monsters, and finally come to face me and give me a fair fight. If you can still manage to hold a weapon and stand up with your own 2 feet, then come on. Come at me. I will not be broken. If I can't get rid of these damn monsters, I'll destroy the whole company myself instead. Then finally my aimless wrath can crumble with it and rest beneath the earth forever. Among the many fixtures of the backstreets, she was one of the few who go toe-to-toe with the head and the claw. It is Bina, I knew it. She was called the Red Mist among the backstreets denizens. That was a name she earned protecting us from all kinds of threats and maneuvers of the outside. Michelle's betrayal led the eye to the den we hid in. Then the head mercilessly threw their claws at us. Instead of dealing with the Red Mist directly, the ever-cunning head unleashed the unstable abnormalities to slaughter us. The abnormalities were out of control, tearing apart our comrades who screamed in agony. All the while, the claws sniffed out their prey and snatched it. The whole situation was beyond what she could handle by herself, but she gave it everything she had to protect us. She lost an eye, one of her arms was severed, and she had numerous deep scars all over her body she could no longer heal from. Yet she didn't give up, and eventually her efforts saved B and I from death. Collector Corpse. Oh, she died. But hey, there's mimicry. I know that's your favorite weapon. The cadaver demonstrated the horrendous, unbearable situation she went through. After a long time had passed, her eyes opened again. Wait, so she's not dead. However, her anger that had lost its focus dragged her down, deep to the bottom. We had to reboot her many, many times. Manifestation of Clefa due to Sephiroth breakdown. Suppression of Sephiroth's core required. Alright, I will upgrade the extraction team. I gotta be honest, Chesed's suppression is, his backstory is low-key a nothing burger. Like, Chesed's basically just saying, oh yeah, one time I did a bad thing, so I'm gonna, like, basically hate everyone now and kill you guys. Like, what? Alright guys, I have a little bit of a strategy now for White Knight. Basically what I'm gonna do is right now, I'm going to breach Plague Doctor. I'm gonna send the last employees that I need to send onto him. I'm going to breach Plague Doctor and cause him to transform. And then after that, I'm gonna use the confession work, and I'm going to use one sin to kill Plague Doctor instantly, and then rewind to the memory repo. Then, I will kind of do the same thing again. I will force breach White Knight and cheese it with a panicking employee to get his ego weapon. That's kind of the idea right now. Okay. He answered them, "Have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil? Nicole, you are the devil. And I say unto thee, that thou archer, which, and upon this, oh, okay. Tell us, when shall these things be?" So everybody's transforming now. It had to happen eventually. "Lord, wilt thou command that we command fire to come down from heaven?" I can't read these in time. Cooper and Yoon-Hoo. Oh, I think Yoon-Hoo is dead, I just realized. So is Evangeline. But they're just coming back. And Chesio, I think, is also dead. Paulinus is alive. There's Finn. Hannah, who is dead, but not important. Dakota, who I think also died. And then Ha Lin, and finally Nicole, who is the heretic. He answered them, "Have I not chosen you 12? And one of you is a devil." Now, Nicole, everybody is dead. But Nicole, I need you. Do not trust time, I shall guide thee. Alright, Nicole did the confession work. Is he gonna die? Oh! And he's dead. Well, and they impaled themselves. Abso-positively beautiful. The current Abnormality Encyclopedia and Ego list will be saved. Yes, I would like to rewind. Small change of plans, everybody. I am not going to try the White Knight suppression this video, because I've been trying to do it now, and I haven't even been able to start it, but I just realized I lost Melting Love's ego, and frankly, trying to get Theresia, which I'm gonna need to lower the sanity of my employee, and White Knight close together has been a nightmare, and also just dealing with White Knight in general is a nightmare. I don't want to worry about it right now. I'll do it sometime in the future. And to prevent losing my employees when I do Gebra suppression, because White Knight's gonna breach, I'm gonna have to rewind to the memory repository again after I do Gebra. As you can see, here's White Knight. I am going to get his weapon soon enough, do not worry. And I still have not gotten Big Bird somehow, so I cannot get a Apocalypse Bird ego, because I know it has like the best ego in the game, but I just can't get Big Bird for some reason. I don't know why. I'm tempted to maybe use a reroll mod, I don't know, we'll see in the future. Anyways, this is just gonna be the last thing I do today. Gebra suppression. I was gonna try it genuinely before, however, I'm kind of just so done with the game right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and cheese it, so I should be able to begin core suppression, Gebra. There she is. Alright, hello Gebra. So, I should be able to just send an employee onto Shelter of March, whatever it's called. I'm just gonna go ahead and shelter, and wait while the Abnos beat the crap out of Gebra. Oh wait, she's already almost dead, holy crap. Oh my god, the Apostles do so much damage. Oh my god, okay, well she's dead. I'm breaking, I won't drop my sword even if I something. Hey, one log. I'll take it, I'll take it. The idea is now I can just rewind a memory repo, and then I can do the day as normal, and then do chested suppression, Hakama Bean, or whatever. Anyways, finally, new dialogue. Why are you looking at me like that? You look like a thief just turned up on your doorstep. I honestly didn't expect to see you here. Or, well, to be exact, I knew you would come here eventually, but I didn't expect it would be this soon. You had such a sour expression when we talked. But you actually liked me, didn't you? What the hell? You know, I don't have any true contact with the lives of the people from the back streets, nor the pain they go through. Perhaps I've been living a more affluent yet cowardly life compared to them. From that, I've always felt so ashamed of everything, even to be graced by a small ray of sunshine. It wasn't always that rough. I understand that it must have been a hard decision to come here, so thank you. Sooner or later, we will have to deal with unexpected hardships here. There are just too many problems to try and solve in peaceful ways. The real reason I chose to speak to you out of all other syndicates or fixers that day was actually because of something rather trivial. What was it? I thought I could barter with you for cheaper prices. Looks like it was a mistake to come here. I'll be going now. Please, hear me out. I saw you pay for the funeral expenses of an old lady whom you didn't even know. I truly admired her kindness, and I even looked forward to seeing it myself. Corpses can cause an entire alleyway to be infested with vermin if they aren't buried properly. Besides, I just wanted to repay her for treating me to meals a couple of times. Understand? I've never been close to being a kind person my entire life. Why do you keep smiling, damn it? Just happy to be great at discerning the best of the best. Carmen could back up what she said. She truly did have a sharp eye for people. The tale of how she built her reputation could fill a chronicle of history books and then some. The only problem was that Carmen was too wrapped up with taking care of others. She never had a moment to take good care of herself. We were on such a delightful upturn back then. It's almost cruel to bring those memories back up. We were flying towards a limitless world that never seemed to end. By the way, who's the guy glaring at me? Oh, that's A. He's just always had a serious look on his face. I beg of you, please protect the people here. From the past to the present, abnormalities have wandered the facility, killing numerous people. Despite my reputation, there were too many things that I just couldn't save. When I think about it, my entire life was far from one of justice. You probably wouldn't know much about the back streets, seeing as you stayed in the nest your whole life. Those streets were a place where there was no need for justice, morality, or any other pedestals like those. If you have never been there before, you won't understand how agonizing and miserable the stories of people who live there are. How they are robbed of the chance to live a legitimate life. How unfair and unjust life is there. All I learned there was how to survive this miserable existence. But Carmen told me she wouldn't give up on anyone, even people like us. She also told us that the weak who had willing spirits could someday possess enough power to cut off the head. It was such an absurd and ridiculous thing to say. Why couldn't I just keep on with how my life was before? I'm not smart enough for all these complicated calculations. I can't even write a logical or coherent report. The only thing I was able to do was draw my sword against those who opposed us. All my life, I only used my skills for my own survival. But that day, I had never felt more proud to be able to protect others. However, I wasn't able to protect anybody in the end. That cut me deeply. I was filled with anger and lost my mind for it. Ultimately, you did manage to protect someone. True. You and that other person survived thanks to me. I feel like I can catch a bit of breath now. When we first reawakened in metal, we could feel the exact moment our final breath stopped, lodged into us like glass shards. Stupidly, I woke up with only rage left in my heart for the abnormalities. You miss her, right? I do too. I don't think she'll ever come back. We'll never get to see her shameless smile ever again. The one that made even people like me follow her. But her will and promise will always remain the same. Even after an eternity has passed. It will be a place where she can live on, even after death. If you happen to remember it, please tell me. Tell me the gift she left behind for us. Oh, 60% germination of the Seed of Light, the courage to protect. Alright, Gebra is done. Well, we're back to where we were before. Of course, I lost a lot of employees, so I am going to rewind to the memory repository. Gebra synchronization completed. The maximum number of ego that can be acquired from each abnormality is increased by 1 up to a maximum of 5. Awesome sauce. That ego is really good. Oh, that's gonna be sick though. We can get 2 Paradise Lost. Well, that is gonna be where I'm gonna end off the video. Plenty of progress made. But at the same time, I know I only did Gebra suppression. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully LopCorp will come out more often going forward. Also, check out the new channel that I also just started as well. I'm gonna plug that as well. Sometime within the next couple of weeks, I'll have a new gaming video up on that channel as well, which will be a sequel to the Panicore video. Thank you for watching. Adios. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.